Greetings, friends! You might have noticed that the Adobe Lightroom Mobile app seems to be missing the portrait retouching and landscape object masking tools that you're used to using on your computer. If you go looking for these types of AI-powered masks where you would expect them to live on your phone or iPad, then you will not find them. But it turns out that these incredible features, they're just really hidden away. So in this tutorial, I'll show you two ways to unlock these tremendously helpful AI masking tools. Let's jump right in and let's get started. Let's start with a quick refresher. When we talk about the people masks, I'm referring to the Adobe Lightroom feature that uses artificial intelligence to automatically select parts of a person's face for precision portrait enhancement. Here in the mobile app, each of these layers represents a separate mask that I can use to target changes to a specific facial feature. If I wanted to make her teeth whiter, for example, then I could tap on this mask, and then I could adjust some of the controls in the light panel and the color panel to create the appearance of a brighter, whiter smile. Hopefully, the way that these masks function is old news for you, but when I tap on the blue circle at the top of this panel, there seems to be something missing. As I scroll up and down through the type of masks that the iOS app offers, you can see that the AI portrait options that we need are not on this list. So I cannot explain why these commands are not here, but fear not. The functionality is here even if the buttons that we're used to pushing on our computer are absent in the mobile app user interface. Let me change examples and I'll show you a strange way to get around this problem. One workaround on both Android and iOS devices for our missing masks is to tap on the Presets button and then to switch over to the Premium tab. Next, open up Adaptive Portrait. This group includes a dozen presets that make use of the AI people masking technology. If I tap on the Smooth Facial Skin preset, for example, and the Done button, then you can see that her skin has a much smoother texture. If I tap on the masks icon now and expand the panel, then look what we have here. Beneath the surface, this preset activates the AI facial skin algorithm. This preset executed a stored command, and then it changed a certain set of sliders by a specified amount. If I wanted to, I could reset the settings that Adobe applied for the texture and the clarity sliders without deleting this mask. Now, I could use any other option that I want while still retaining this selection. It's not intuitive, but by starting with those adaptive portrait presets, we can quickly get around the missing mask buttons problem. This strange way to trigger the AI mask commands is even more cumbersome when you're working with a landscape or travel type image. For landscape type images, you need to open up the presets first, then choose one of the Adaptive Landscape group and pick one of these seasonal presets. I'll show you a much more direct route in a second, but let me prove that this method works. Just like last time, our AI-powered masks for objects like mountains, vegetation, and sky are all here now. This convoluted way of creating AI masks is not what we're used to. So, let's switch over to my computer for a few minutes so I can show you an alternative method that's much easier, but that takes a tiny bit of setup. For this workaround, you need to open up Lightroom Desktop on your computer. Classic users, don't panic. You can install Adobe Lightroom Desktop, the cloud-based type of Lightroom, alongside Lightroom Classic without doing any harm to your Classic catalog. The reason why we need to use Lightroom Desktop to build this workaround is because presets automatically sync between Lightroom Desktop and the mobile apps on all your various devices. Using this image, for example, I'm going to open up the Masks panel, and then I'm going to tap on the Landscape Objects button. Once the AI detects the parts of this image that it can identify, I'll tap on the Mountains button to create a new mask for that region. I urge you not to make any changes to the mountains in this image at this point, since it's the mask and not some predefined changes that I want to save for use elsewhere. The only thing that you might want to do is to give your mask group a better name, but leave all of these sliders alone. Creating the AI Mountains mask without dialing in any changes is enough. So now I'm going to tap on the Presets button and then on the little plus to create a new preset. When this dialog appears, I'm going to give my preset a sensible name. Then I'm going to select the drop-down that says Modified. That's it. That's the whole process. This preset forces Lightroom to create an AI landscape mask that will detect mountains where it can, and now it will automatically sync this command to all of my mobile devices. It's that easy, and now I could repeat this process for all the other types of missing AI masks. I'll come back to Lightroom Desktop in a minute, but first, let me switch back over to the iPad to prove that this option works. Once these presets have been created in Lightroom Desktop, I can take any image that I want to fine-tune in the mobile app, and I can tap on the Presets button. This time, I'm going to tap on the tab that says Yours instead of the Premium group, and then here are my new mask commands. If I tap on Water, for example, and then the Done button, then Lightroom for iOS will activate that AI command and select the water in this image for me. To prove it, I can go to the masking panel, and voila! Even better, since I made no changes to any of the sliders when I built this preset on the computer, I do not need to zero anything out for a fresh, clean start. If I open up the effects controls, for example, or any of the other tool groups, then I'm starting with all of my sliders at their default values. If I needed another AI landscape mask at this point, then I could return to the Presets tab and repeat again and again. Using this trick, I can harness all of the missing AI masks with just a few taps and no additional complexity. If you like what you've seen, then stick with me please for one more minute while I switch back over to Lightroom Desktop on my computer. As a teacher, I feel like it's my responsibility to explain how you can create your own presets for these missing AI masks. I owe it to you to explain what's going on beneath the surface. But the truth is that repeating this process for each type of AI landscape mask or portrait mask is needless work. If you go to my website, then you'll find 2 download links beneath this tutorial. Each link downloads a zip file. One group has all of the landscape masks, and the other has all of the people, portrait retouching masks. Don't unzip these files. Just download them to your computer. Then, all you have to do is to use Lightroom's File, Import Profiles and Presets command. When this box appears, guide Lightroom to the zip file that you just downloaded, and then choose Import. That's it. Simply importing my preset groups is all that you need to do using Lightroom on your computer. If you look here, now you'll find all the landscape masks and all the people masks as well. As long as you have sync turned on, then all of these AI masking presets are now available for you to use on any image that you want to edit in the mobile app. One additional warning before I sign off. It is entirely possible after you import my presets that they might not show up here in the Yours list. If this is true, if you're sure you've imported them, then tap the 3 little dots button here, go Manage Presets, and make sure that this group and or this group are turned on. If they're not, that's why you're not seeing them. Well, there you go. It's that easy. Missing AI masks, problem solved. Well, there you go. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful. If you learned something today, then please leave us a like or a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next tutorial.